はい、お願いします. Okay, why don't we, guess we're shooting again, so let's, and, wow, this is a good side crowd for Thursday, that's good. Aikido self-defense. Self-defense. Okay, that question comes up. Well, is Aikido self-defense? Okay, we're lumped in that, phone book, things like that. But it was explained to me once, Aikido is self-defense without the hyphen. Remove the hyphen. Self-defense without the hyphen. Let's go up. We're going to demonstrate something. Okay, spread apart a bit. Now what we're going to do is what I want you to do is this a jumping jack. When I say go, we're going to do 20 real fast. Ready? And I say go on 3. 1, 2, don't. Okay, now there's a response, for example, like, okay, that's 5. Okay, so I could do 20. But on the other hand, we don't do that normally. So what's going on? I didn't come here to do the jumping jacks, things like that. You're getting juice. Okay, now we could do something else like we're just going to do a sprint to the other side on 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this time what we're going to do is face that direction. We're going to do a backward sprint on 3. 1, 2, don't. No matter what it is, you're getting juice. Okay, in other words, we don't do that. I didn't come to class. You don't start class that way, right? But you're getting something, aren't you? And there may be a dialogue or a reaction in the body or whatever. Why don't we move back? So one of the things I'd like us to do, for example, let's say he grabs 2 hands firm and hard, okay? I'm in this situation. I'm getting juice. Easy with it. Learn to settle with it. Say self-defense. Certain situations rattle me, get me defensive. Easy with the energy. So he goes there and self goes from tenser, reactive to a bit more open, accepting, which is our norm. But you've got to realize something, all right? Donald Trump's going to cut Social Security. My heartbeat picks up. Okay? So there's that initial rush. Behind it, easy settle. Okay, so yes, he's part of the situation, but me and a lesser getting that juice, feeling relax, just settle past it. Okay, all right, so pair up, just that motion, okay? Yeah, 2. Okay, good. So, grab on, good squeeze. That's a good squeeze. It's not to be reacting. Settle, right? Because whatever happens, you get juice. Okay, so good squeeze, good. That's a good grip. Oh, right. It's energy. And when we react or get defensive, self-defense, self-defense. I'm defensive about something. Remove the hyphen. I'm in a situation, but again, I'm going to learn to control my own energy. I'll learn to settle with it. When it comes up in situation, I'm going to relax, let it flow a bit. Okay? Okay. Now, we don't need to add the turn there yet. We got that? Oh. Okay. Game's on the line. You foul somebody to stop the clock, but you foul Stephen Curry. It's going to be cool, isn't it? All right? Good. Hi. Self-defense without the hyphen. But attack situation, I feel attacked. Well, easy there. I don't want my own energy to be an attacker. I need to settle with it.
I heard you refer to self-preservation art.
Preservation,
So yeah, self-preservation.
more self-protection.
That's it.
Yeah. 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 That's an important one. Situation. I get juice. It's like all of a sudden, let's do jumping jabs. We don't do that. Easy. Settle with it. Okay. All right. Ah. Okay. All right. He's going to do it. Don't get ready to do a yokel, man. Just get ready to do it. I'm going to get some juice for it. He's ready to do a showman. Defensive. Easy there. You see that feeling a little bit right there? That's, I'm going to do a technique. Now, what do I do with that? But first of all, I got to clean my own system out. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So one of the things that, maybe we don't pay much attention to is the self-defense without the hyphen. See, self is a big word. When self, usually when we use it, we use the word I. I feel threatened. Okay. We found out our president is on a rather embarrassing list. And everybody around him is trying to put a good spin on it. But he's being very defensive, isn't he? And when somebody is that defensive, you go, I wonder what's really going on. You see what I mean? You draw energy you don't want to draw. So one of the things you kind of want to do is be transparent. Easy. If you're transparent, energy flows through you, connects to the situation. That's self-defense without the hyphen. Okay? Now, let's just try. He's going to come in. He's going to do a yokel man. Defensive. Going to do a yokel man. Good. Same place. We're going to get some juice for it. Learn to settle with it. Just like when he grabs here and holds really firm, instead of, there's an energy pillow underneath, and I'm just going to put my hand into. Okay? In other words, I'm using visualization to get the energy to get me in a better place. I get tensor, self-defense with the hyphen. Remove the hyphen, there's a situation. But I don't have to put the hyphen there. I want to check self. Feel your feet, feel your breathing. Energy starts to flow through you. Now he's coming in with that. That's good. See, that's the hyphen right there. I'm getting defensive. Mr. President, You've been named on the list. There is no list. I'm just going to practice the Yokelman attack. This is simple. I take the hyphen away, my own system starts to open up, become transparent. When it becomes transparent, energy can flow for me. That's appropriate to the situation. Okay, you get to practice a bit like that. You're coming in yokel man. You're just gonna easy there. Okay, all right. Let's change partners again. Okay. Now let's try one here. So I'm the situation. You're starting to get some juice. Just like there's that energy pillow, you start to be easy there, lay it down. And as I'm coming in, okay, now hold it for a bit. That's a block and a push. You're reaching for a doorknob. That's all you're doing. Oh, you see what I mean? In other words, your own system starts to react to the energy coming up in it. So you like to be easy with it. Easy with it. Easy with it. Yeah. All you're doing is the doorknob. Just going to reach for the doorknob. And of course, you're in an energy flow, and all of a sudden, boom, the situation transforms, doesn't it? Right? Yeah. Okay, now you're leaning in from blocking. Reach for a doorknob. Reach for it. Good. Easy there. Oh, see, this stuff, it's self-defense when you take the hyphen away. Self, you're a self, I'm a self, he's a self. And we react. And situation, energy comes up, we react to the energy. Yes, we may be in a situation, but the energy is coming to help us. Right? Yeah. So when we react, we cut ourselves off from it. Easy there. Okay. Okay. Let's try one here. Reach for a doorknob. Reach for a doorknob. My hands are just reach for a doorknob. Okay, good. You're psychologically reforming the situation. This is a list of names, Mr. President. It's a file. Or why don't we say there is no file? But everybody knows there's a file. No, just say that there is none. That's self-defense with the hyphen. The pressure making somebody uptight. Okay. Now, right there's the energy pillow. Just relax, settle into it. Good. Okay, now there's no reason to reach that way. Oh. Okay. All of a sudden, all that juice you're getting. So when we take the hyphen away, we're transparent. The energy is coming to help us. Right? And when we put the hyphen in, that energy kind of pushes. And right now we're seeing our president being very uptight about a list. Why are you so uptight about that? No. Right? The more he squirms, the more fun it is for me. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but okay, yeah. So after a while, what we're really doing, we remove the hyphen, transparency, easy. Okay, energy flows when we're in that transparency. When we put that hyphen there, we're reactive. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what does it mean? Self-defense without the hyphen. Well, when you take the hyphen away, there's a transparency to you. You're not trying to hide anything. I remember the old Superman black and white TV show. Mr. Kent, are you Superman? Jimmy, you know me. He doesn't say he's not Superman. Jimmy, okay, Mr. Kent. Yeah, that was just a funny thought. Doesn't run from it, does he? Jimmy, if I jump out that window of this high rise, I'll probably die, right? Yeah, I guess so, Mr. Kent. You see, he's transparent. He doesn't lie. When you put the hyphen there, we're not transparent. You take the hyphen away, self-defense, right? And in that more transparent state, the energy can flow to help you in the situation. That makes sense? Yeah. So, wait, this is where he's going to pin both my hands. Good. That's good. Transparent. Oh, easy. Oh, that's easy. So we attack one another just so we can practice self-defense without the hyphen. See, I feel myself getting uptight. I feel my elbows lock. I feel like I'm going to try to leverage him here. No, no, easy, easy, easy. And getting that easy with yourself, getting to that transparency so your energy can flow. Good. He almost does that to himself here. Hello. Good. Right? So, OQ, O. That's the hyphen there. Okay. All right, get the game. All right. Because we do this all the time. People say, you know, we're put your hands on me here. Oh, you're good. Okay, good. All right. Oh, you want to go down? Good. There's a transparency to you of things like fear and hesitancy. And so we're going to be very easy with that. Okay. Right. So let's drop to the ground a couple of modote dori. Not modote, but just ryote mochi, rote motsu. Ukiho. Okay. Different partner.
Great, please, Mom. Gemini reading glasses with your.
No, I didn't do anything. Well, I have my glasses. They don't seem to help much with that. Did you get lenses that can work with that? No, you didn't? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's a good pattern. Okay. Everybody stand up, stretch for a bit. And one of the things that we do, for example, somebody comes in and starts to do Aikido because they want self-defense. So one of the things we do is say, okay, what is self-defense? Well, we try to remove the hyphen. What do we do? It's a transparency. Okay, now one of the things, for example, here, he's going to play the role of attacker and grab my wrist. Just the one, okay? Good. Notice how he covered that, didn't he? There's a difference between being defensive and going, oh. All right. Now, for example, being defensive, Mr. President, your fly's open. Oh, thank you. That's good. All right. But Mr. President, all of a sudden that's being defensive. How he's going to come in here, cover that motion. See? That's part of it. We teach a lot about the self-defense by reversing roles, and we start you out a lot as the UK. Right? So he's going to come grab it here, like boom. He's also stand non-harm me. All right? It's like boom. So he stands non-harm me. All right. Boom. All right. Well, see, right about here, I'm going to hit him. Like, no, raise your hand. Cover. He's also learning how to stretch with the situation, correct? Good. So a lot of Aikido in the older days had a lot of atemi in it. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is just go back to just a regular wrist hold, one hand on, and cover the opening. See, as an attacker, we're saying, okay, your job right now, you're going to be an attacker. Okay. Now you want to learn how to defend yourself. Well, maybe you want to play the attacker role and realize how most attackers are wide open. Do you see what I mean? So he's going to come in to grab or something. Good. So he learns how to easy here. I mean, if you want to hit somebody, you can go right through that anyway. We're just a teaching thing. Okay, good. Okay, all right. So let's start out on that. Rotate again. Just simply, all right. And as the attacker, oh, all right. Okay. Okay, let's rotate again. And one of the things I kind of realized maybe we should do a little more is teach some of the more atemi oriented. Now, most of the people here know it because they've been around me, but a lot of people don't go into it that way. Well, in other words, if you're attacking, part of the reason we make you do the role of the attacker is that you learn that you're wide open most of the time when you're attacking somebody. And therefore, if you're attacked, you would know,
Where your own vulnerabilities
Yes. Right? Well, we're attacking Trump. What are our vulnerabilities? The consciousness is getting in a kind of heavy way, right? I mean, yeah.
Do you have time to get your bifocals? And let me see if I could do
I
this.
think you're in the car,
Okay.
unfortunately. I left them in the car. Well, you're good. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Stand off. Hello. Huh? Hello. Or more advanced, yeah, this one. Hello. No, other things are possible here. Okay. What's your energy for? And you're learning to cover your, you don't want to attack anybody. But if you're gonna attack, you sense the opening, don't you? All right, or boom. Now there you're in a harmony, but get out of the harmony, just stand regular. Boom. Boom. Right? Okay. Yeah. And one of the things here, for example, they go this way. Boom. Good. You feel the energy wave? You're part of that wave for a second, don't you? It's going to hit you in the face. And you're going to block it. We're going to have a war. Boom.
Oh,
Uh, you're part of the situation, okay? All right. Somebody really, I mean, not so good people. I used to get bloodied up a lot, but it was always the younger teachers that wanted to toughen you up, show how strong they were. The real master teachers didn't do that, right? It's easy to spot, who thought they were good versus who was really good. And sometimes you get stuck with somebody go, okay, I got to endure this until I change a partner, something like that, right? Okay, all right. Okay, good. Now, one of the things, for example, that you kind of get sometime, okay, let's say, he's going to put his hands on my throat. He's not going to stand in on me. He's just going to, like, good. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff that, right? Because the attacker, for me to attack you, I create vulnerabilities in my own system. Okay, so we teach one of the things we tend to teach somebody is falling. Why? Because he comes in here. Okay, got this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, yeah. He's learning a good life skill. Now, for most people, for example, right here, just take a step back. Just take a step back. Good. That's fine. But the falling we teach is maybe you take a step back and you slip or something. That step back doesn't teach you how to protect yourself. Correct? I don't want to take a forward roll. I'm just going to take a step. Fine. You trip over a skateboard and all of a sudden you're in midair and you don't know how to roll. In midair, make something beautiful. I'm going to roll out of it. So, we teach people step into it or step back into a roll, but we teach them to roll so that they have a tool. So right here, for example, right here, boom, all right, boom. Simple. Now, do you see the energy wave? As you become more transparent, energy moves through you. And you'll see certain shapes like waves, beams, circle spirals. Okay. All right. Too much of a hyphen there. Okay. When you take the hyphen away, you see the wave? Good. So now we're going to take it one step further. And when you're new, we teach you to sit, head in, like that. Right. And, let's say I'm new. Okay. And he puts his fist in my face. All right. After a while, you say, okay, cover it and feel. Oh, what am I feeling? I feel my balance taking. No, not really. Let go. This balance is still there. We don't trick people. We give them tools. No. Yeah, he's going to take a step back and fall. Good. And he's learned a valuable skill. And he's picking up, he's part of a wave. Oh, I'm going to fall. Okay, good. Okay. So when you take the hyphen out of self-defense, you start to work on yourself. Because there's situations, and a lot of times the situations create a lesser level of us. So we just learn to be transparent. Situation, self, there's an energy that comes through you when self is transparent. Does that make sense? Good. So let's follow through on just the back roll. But again, he's learning as the attacker to cover his vulnerabilities. If he trips on a roller skate, he's not going to fall and get hurt because he's had some falling practice. Okay? All right? Okay, let's change once more. Hello. Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay. Don't step in that. Oh, too crowded. If I go this way, boom. I'm going to do it a little bit more purposeful.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you stand in a harmony, all right, is we understand spacing. If you're going to get right in my face and get really close and start to choke me or something like that, what's opening up here? You know, boom, boom. It runs both ways, doesn't it? So one thing you're learning about when you're being okay is you're learning about your vulnerabilities, aren't you? In other words, one of the things, even when you're playing the role of attacker, you attacking people is not cool. And whoever attacks somebody creates an opening, right? Eventually that opening gets exposed. Okay, so one of the things here, now put that out. Good. Now, where's my opening? Can I hold there for a bit? You felt the wave, didn't you? Okay. You know about the wave. I'm trying to do the waves. You're transparent. People that are transparent are cool. Yeah, I made a big mistake. Yeah, I hung out with this guy. It was pretty questionable, but I don't do that anymore. And I regret it as opposed to, I didn't do that. When somebody gets defensive, you know they're holding on to something, right? So you want to be relaxed and transparent. So and relax a bit. And it's a wave, isn't it? Now you hold. All right, now there's a wave. You feel it, don't you? Now you're going to fall down just to practice falling. You practice falling, so if we ever have to really fall, we know how to do it safely. There's one thing about, are you really being thrown? Yes and no. You see what I mean?
I just set up a black eye class a couple of years ago.
Hmm?
I set up a black. As I fall back, if I was my knees.
Yeah, okay.
I just bent my knees,
Yeah,
I just roll and minimize any damage.
Okay, all right, good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I mean, you learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
cool. But now don't add the step to it, okay? Okay, good. I remember this one guy that Hikisuchi Sensei called up, and the guy got a running start, from about 30 feet. And when he came in to grab Hikisuchi Sensei, boom! It was a spectacular throw, and the guy never forgot it. So, he thought he'd turn on me. created an energy wave. But right about here, there's also the laser beam. There's a laser beam in that brings the wave in. After a while, you're starting to become more conscious of energy, shapes, and forms. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And it's not just a thought, you've actually experienced it. And it's then really what it is, as you hold, okay, good. Now you grab with two really firm and strong. It's the energy pillow, isn't it? Or conversely, I'm standing on a cloud. These images and shapes come when you're transparent. So after a while, I mean, I don't have anything to hide. What does that mean?
No, no.
I'm not on that list, but you are, Mr. President. Well, that list doesn't exist. Okay, that's just, but everybody knows now there's a list. What do we do?
Release
Well,
the
okay.
MLK files.
Yeah, no, I'll attack Obama. Yeah, that's what happens when you got that hyphen there.
Yeah.
You see? All right. Okay, good. Okay. Now, certain things, for example, when you were kind of right here, he's realizing, that he just comes in. Boom. Again, there's a transparency. No transparency. Boom.
Hey.
As you get to the transparency, the energy moves. As you are in that so you become more conscious of various energy shapes. Like one of them, for example, there are a couple here. There's a laser beam. And the laser beam brings the wave in, doesn't it? I'm going to do that. Now you get in the way of it. You just learn to be in that transparent place. Well, since they talked about this floating bridge, I think a lot of it, that's heaven, that's earth, and I'm kind of suspended. I'm of both realms and I'm transparent. I am a heavenly divine being. Well, I'm not transparent anymore. I'm a lowly human and, grovel and do all these crazy things everybody else does as a human. I don't have to be there either. Okay, now, one of the things, for example, if we go here, he may come with the same motion. So we have this motion, don't we? In other words, he's coming in programmed with a quick 1, 2, which is 1 and 2. Oh, okay. Well, so maybe what we need to do is have a strategy. Correct? Why? Because, why do I know that? Because I've been okay. And so, okay. He's been on the receiving end of that. But then he begins to realize I'm a little asleep here. That's there too. So right about there, we have this motion, don't we? It's not rocket science stuff, is it? Einstein said, if you can't teach it to a 6-year-old, you don't know it yourself. So we all need to go back consciousness wise, not to add more stuff, but the 6-year-old oftentimes was, yeah, that makes sense because they don't have a lot of junk. Right? All right. So here we go this way and they go boom. Right? So we have a turning option here. This is pure entering. Okay, he's going to come 1, 2. Good. As he's coming 1, 2. So, okay, I better have another option. Okay. So it's a basic Aikido exercise, but we don't always practice it this way. So we're going back. It's not going back in time to something, but he's going to come in. He's going to come in maybe with a 1, 2. But then again, I've been on the receiving end of that there. So, I begin to realize I can do it too. Okay. Well, I have to be conscious of that too. Okay. All right? With me on that one? Keep the same partner. We're adding it. We're kind of reversing it a little bit. In other words, instead of person attacking, receiving, person attacking goes in with the idea they're going to go, okay, I get the game. You see, because people will do that. Oh, so and so gets away with lying. Well, maybe I ought to lie too. So and so gets away with all this outrageous behavior, so maybe I can too. Okay. And at some point, you got to go, wait. What we really want is the transparency. Okay. So let's continue. Let's rotate. Okay. And we're reversing things. So the person who's grabbing now is the person that's coming with a 1, 2. All right. Okay. Let's rotate again. Okay. Now, one of the things right there, come with the 1, 2. You've already received it. Okay. Good. I want to be in your blind angle there. You see? Oh, I already received it. Right? Good. You see that feeling a little bit like it? You're transparent. You might be afraid or something, but you're transparent about it. I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of nothing. All right, I'll bring it back. So, yeah, this is kind of scary, but I'm going to be easy with it. Transparency is easiness. Doesn't mean situation is easy, but I've got to be easy with situations in order for energy to flow, right? So one of the things I'm coming in maybe with a little bit of you pick it up. In other words, not just the 1, there's 2 there. Put your hand out, create space, and go, oh, good. Feel that? A little different, isn't it? You're creating the timing. You see what I mean? As opposed to being on the receiving end of the timing, you're creating it. Okay, now this time, I'm going to come grab, but I'm going to come 1, 2. Easy there, and good. I'm just left trying to hit empty air, aren't I? All right. You see, so you see the blending motion right there. And maybe you understand the blending motion a little better than, for example, you hold and you don't do the 2. Okay. Okay. Blending exercise. But life doesn't do that, right? Life comes at you. You're going to come 1, 2, and I don't have time. Yeah. So right about there, it's like zoom. Okay. All right. So we have to practice for a wide variety of situations. All right.
So you create the timing.
Well, you create the timing. Yeah, that's the purpose of the Tenkan. You see what I mean? The turning motion. So here, this is pure enter. See what I mean? But again, I'm not just hitting you. You're feeling the wave, aren't you? And also as the attacker, I'm going to attack you. I'm open. Why not? Yes, 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 yes. And then I'm learning how to bend and be more flexible and receive a fall in a way that is, I'm not going to get hurt if I really fall. You see what I mean? So we play act a bit. But we play act so that we can feel the energies and develop timing and okay. All right. Okay, don't. Okay, now right here. Let's try. I'm going to come in. Establish space. Good. Okay, now hold it for a bit. Where's the you're standing on a cloud. Your hand is on a nice soft pillow on the elbow level. Okay, good. That's an important basic. Now, situationally, there's motion. Put the hand out. Create space for yourself. Put it, keep it out there. Okay? So, okay, that's better. Now, at the very end of it, as the attacker, Mr. President, you're not telling us everything. You see? So keep the outflow. Free space, good. Okay, better. Right, now do that side again. To some degree, you're picking up the juice here. You're getting juice to handle this juice. Put it out there. Good, 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 good. Okay. Now you're in charge. And you can't be in charge when you're trying to cover everything up. Eventually, it's too much work.
We're talking about Comedy Central, it's a daily show.
With who?
Talk about the
Comedy
daily,
Central
Comedy
Daily
Central.
Show.
There's a watch last Monday nights, July 21st,
No.
but you should see it, just stream it.
It's about Colbert being fired.
And
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
the body doodles.
Yeah.
And it's,
The body doodle.
and
Yeah.
it's perfect. It's just
Okay.
it's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, no. There's apparently some people coming out. That does exist.
I believe it.
And then it's documented by this one. warrior.
Who knew he could draw?
He talks about that too. Yeah,
Well, there's all these.
Enigma, he talks about you can't draw, so his drawings will be stud.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures since then.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Everybody up just a bit. And take a second. There's all this moving and dodging and everything, but easy. You're transparent. Feel your breathing. Tension we carry forehead, jaw, neck. Easy. Your neck's floating. In fact, we're floating. Flotation, you're being supported, you're not sinking. It's almost like what happens when you start to kind of lie or something. You get heavy, you start to sink. Then you start to kind of, and you're trying to cover the fact you can't swim. Easy there. Feel your breathing. The more we're in that transparent state, the healthier we are. Okay, yeah. Now, for example, let's say he's coming with a push shove right here. Good, yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to move here. And that moves. Boom. Now, sometimes things come fast at you. All right. Now, for example, this is a push or preps us for a striking motion. But remember, it's a defense, being defensive. Easy. All right. Now, certainly, depending on the situation, I want to be in a better situation. A transparent state is easy with itself. So in some sense, what we're doing is it's a position. Okay. Self is big. I mean, when I get into a tinier self, I get into what people call the ego, the persona. We do all these crazy things, and we got to cover up. I didn't really do that, but you did. It's documented. That's just a plot. Obama did it, you know. And there's a blame game. You try to shift the blame on other people. If he's coming in, boom. Okay. Now, right here, for example, on that one, boom, you join with that. I'm getting a position to attack him. Boom. Huh. Everybody. Wait. Whoa. Easy. Now that's a little longer one, but little. Easy. Touch. touch. Yeah. Okay. So here we're dealing with something that comes a little faster. Longer version of it. Easy. Okay, let's change partners again.
Ready? Ready, John.
Yeah. 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 If you push, if you basic rule, if you push him, he pushes back. If he's pushing, we receive it. Okay. See, if you see you're trying to push me, okay, I'm gonna push you. No, no, we're gonna reroute your push. You feel the difference right there? We have a strategy. I can't do that when I'm doing the same thing he's doing. He's full of intention. The transparency takes his energy and reroutes it. Okay. If all I do is lie to people, eventually I'm going to get caught. Then the question is, can I convince people I'm lying to them for their own good? Right? I mean, it's a crazy, crazy, crazy thing. I mean, Clark, you've been lying to me. Lois, you were so gaga over Superman and you didn't pay attention to me. It just got very difficult. So I'm sorry. Right? Right? But you see, when you start to kind of, and now, in certain, depending on the incarnation of Superman, he's usually pretty transparent. He doesn't lie. I'm not Superman. Come on. Think I'm Superman? Nah. I mean, no, Clark. Yeah, that was a dumb thought. You see what I mean? He doesn't lie. Right? So one of the things here, when two people pushing on one another, it's a contest of strength. So what you do is you get out of the way and let the transparency allows the energy to come through. It's the opposite of, I need more muscle. No, I need a little bit more intelligence. You see? Okay. So for example, you're behind. Okay, now right there, relax. Transparent. You rest your elbow on the pillow. All of a sudden you see the wave starts, doesn't it? You felt it. And how do you clear, open, good. That's when you're strongest, because you're not being defensive. Okay? Now you may have to protect something, but that gives you energy. When you're having to defend something, it's a negative state. That's why the term self-defense. You teach self-defense, you teach it without the hyphen. We teach self-protection. Well, what's the first thing to protect against? Lesser levels of oneself. That's reactive. If you get anything grabs on here, and I'm going to say, okay, well, what if it goes? Boom. It's a lot of stuff we can. You find out you have capabilities you don't even know you have, which is exciting, right? Okay. Okay. Now, one of the things right there is, for example, if you're coming in this direction, good. Not out there. Good. See the transparency, you gotta sift through all this stuff. The transparency goes right through. Right? If you come in this direction, I go here, I gotta go through it. No, it's easy. Right? Again, you grab with two hands. Good. Now, good. Same thing, isn't it? It's a little. Hey,
Hey.
That's hard. But if all I do is work on being defensive all the time, I get good at it. But I don't want to. I want to be transparent, let the energies kind of flow. And if my response to being taught a lie is to create another lie, eventually it's going to bite me in the butt. I don't know if this is going to bite our president in the butt, but it's having an effect. It's kind of fun.
It's about, hey, this next on Obama.
Yeah,
So it's like, he can't handle.
No.
So he diverts.
Yeah.
Projects, diverts, projects. Because means, oh,
yeah, I'm going to create a diversion.
a lot of those, I say,
It works, kind of, you know.
a lot of this, I say, they view him as an identity, a tribe identity. And if you question it, you question yourself, who you are, how you're raised.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's too painful.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, okay. All right. All right. Now, one of the things, for example, is if he's coming in this direction, you predict that motion. Sometimes we don't, all we're going to do is just, I'm trying to evade. Open.
Oh,
Transparency is openness. I'm going to trick you into it so I can throw you down. Yeah, that's kind of fun, for a certain level of mentality, right? But one of the things, for example, is an energy coming in, all right? But after a while, boom, we're going to go right there. Sometimes more advanced. We're not going to do it today. You already feel the energy coming at you. So why let me do that? And this is a tricky one right here because it looks like I'm attacking him. But what we're going to do is that we're going to show the attacker an opening. And that's a lot of it. Now he's coming in. Yes, so it's a good. Oh yeah, I'm wide open here. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. Okay. Good. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
So anyway, that right there is a very easy. See, transparency is easiness. It's easy, in a funny sort of way, but that's not easy. Yeah, because we get all these habits, right? We put all our energy into these constructs around I. And I need to protect, so we rephrase. We're not self-defense, we're self-protection. Yeah, these movements are attack defense movements. But the first part of it is we get, and this is ongoing, the hyphen in self-defense is removed, right? You take it away, want it to be transparent. And therefore what's left is self. There's a situation the self finds himself or herself in. Fine. But key element, if I'm transparent, there are energies that start to flow through me specific for the situation. And so that's a pretty big, somebody says, well, is Aikido self-defense? Yes, it is, but it's a little different. And then protecting yourself is different than defending yourself because you change defense into defensive. You can be protective. You're like a parent. All right. You're going to protect your kids. Right. And, to some degree, you're going to defend. Yes. I mean, there sometimes people use the word self-defense, self-protection, and they're kind of the same thing. But when you go into the actual languaging of it, It's different. All right. And so the transparency allows us to be in a more protective mood, both of ourselves and other people. And we have a martial art base, so we do deal with attack defense situations. But as I said, one of the first things you actually learn in Aikido is falling. Why? Because you're going to play the role of the attacker to learn about vulnerabilities. And if you don't know how to fall, you could fall and get hurt. So we teach you how to fall. And we teach you in situations where you learn to be aware of your openings and to cover them. Okay? And that's for you to be able to protect yourself on the mat. All right? So there's a languaging difference, which I think is very important. Okay? And we get caught up in labels like you can't believe. Right? See, I don't want to be so anti-Trump that I can't think. That all my thoughts go into being so negative around some things. That's not transparency. But be able to assess the situation. Maybe even have some fun with it. Well, right now we're seeing him squirm a lot because his past is catching up with him, as it can with any of us. So, the lesson is, who are we going to be? And so self-defense by removing that hyphen, we want to be increasingly transparent, right? Transparency allows things to flow, communication to happen, relationships to form. And when we're a little too this way, defensive, we keep things away. Okay? Anyway, let's. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. You watch this for a little bit.
Do we have a poster with you?
Did I